She did one.
So when this BART goes by, I want to take you down memory lane back to
They use shunning and
Rent Stabilization Board meeting last Thursday.
Did your mother
Now, hey, Miss Richie. Now, you were at the Rent Stabilization meeting last Thursday.
Yes,
You had...
I attend every meeting, even the dog catchers and all that. I don't miss the meetings, but I met there to support the Rent Stabilization Board with some members on there. And the mayor came in, and I greeted him cordially as usual, and showed him this pamphlet that came out about the rules and what they had planned to do to the RVs.
The new 3x3 foot sidewalk legislation, is that what you're talking about, or
yes,
RV
I think it was
registration?
on the card. And I told him that Bree or somebody that since keep harassing the campsite had gone to the campsite and explained to them that they would need to take their tents down. And I asked him, what is going on here? I said, that is the cleanest camp in Northern California. And people keep coming around harassing them. And that doesn't sit well with me because Friends of Adeline supervises that camp. And I go over there sometime twice a day and visit with them and see how things are going. And there are rules and regulations on that camp. And the reason why the rest of them don't work and they're having problems, they don't have no rules and regulations, no guidelines. He said, well, don't worry about that because that was a mistake. We called and
Now,
deleted.
those were his words. He said it was a mistake.
Yeah, I don't. I'm black, but I don't lie.
Well, I wouldn't suggest any sort of thing. However, some people.
Whatever I say, I can say twice or more
Okay.
times than that. But that's what he told me. He said that was a mistake and that has been deleted. The contacted, he said who he contacted to have it deleted. He said, oh no, the campsite is not included. I said I hope not because if anything is disturbed around there without Friends of Adeline's approval, it will be hell in this city. He said, oh no. He said, no, that's not true. That was a mistake, and that has been deleted. I said, well, I hope so. And that's the conversation that he and I had, and I had others about cutting the grass and cleaning up down here.
Well, thank you, Miss Richie. I've been hearing a lot of conflicting statements about how they plan to implement this new legislation, and thank you for.
And I told him all those tents there are not housed by individuals. Those tents are there to house clothing, food, and other things, and that's why it's so clean around there and they don't bring in all that furniture and pick up stuff in the community and place it out. We Friends of Adeline see to that, and I'm one that takes care of my neighborhood and community, and if I could get some cooperation from the powers that be, it'd be in better shape than it's in.
Well, thank you for being the voice of common sense and decency.
Yeah, well, all the other communities could come together and make demands, but I mean, I've been here since '49 and I knew this place when it was a jewel. It was in better shape than it is now. It was clean. Everybody took care, and they're not doing that now. They're picking and choosing where they have their priorities of keeping things clean, and that's north of Dwight Way. I'm not happy with the way the grass is looking down here, but they won't cut anything until Juneteenth, and when they come through here, they cut down all the flowers. Had they cut the grass when the rain stopped, we would have poppies growing down here in beautification, but they don't do that. They send people in, and I told him when they come down here to cut and clean up, I want to be notified so I can be there and supervise and see what they're doing and document what they're doing.
Yeah. Hey, Steve. I heard you were there at the same time at this transpired. You and there were in the same conversation with the mayor?
Well, there were 6 of us from Friends of Adeline. We were just sitting around, and Jesse came over on his own to talk to us. And you know, so we raised the question of, you know, like the encampment having gotten
The here-there encampment.
Yeah, right. Having gotten this notification, and he said that that was not his wish. That he did not want the stuff that's there enforced like that. He wanted the encampment left alone. And so, you know, we asked him about that a couple of times, and he repeated it. He said, no, he didn't want this enforced because that encampment was a special encampment, and it had a neighborhood that spoke for it, and it helped them out with things.
So are both of you guys going to the city council meeting tonight?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I brought up, mentioned to him about the porta potty. That was brought up by me, about them complaining about the porta potty, taking it away, and that it must be open for the public. And I explained to him why it wasn't open to the public, because they need to enhance the mental component in this city. That's what the problem is. There are mental people that need help, to give them some direction so that they don't cause chaos in this neighborhood, defecating in the doorways, urinating in places. And that porta potty that's locked must be locked, and people that have good intents to want to make use of the porta potty for the use that it's there for know how to contact the campsite to get in there. And we kept being harassed about the porta potty till the campsite gave up the big porta potty, carried it over to the campsite. And they have that, and I go over and check, and it's out of focus too. It's not kept up, and that's what they like doing. But it's the mentally ill people that's doing this. I know my neighborhood. I canvass up and down here some nights when people are elsewhere seeing what's going on, and it's the mentally ill that's causing the problem, and that needs to be looked into. That money that's going for mentally ill is being wasted because they're not servicing them folks, as far as I'm concerned. But I said when Friends of Adeline was paying for that porta potty, we didn't complain. But now that the city's taking care of it, somebody from the city is complaining. But they need to come to Friends of Adeline and complain, and we would explain the fine print.
Great. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk with me today, Miss Richie. You have a good day, and thank you for your beautiful heart.
This is my hood, and I'm here to take care of it.
Love you too, Miss Richie.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Donna.
I can speak.